Hi Capricorn, so this is going to be your general love reading. Let's see what's happening with you. The timeline is the timeline, so it's going to resonate when it's going to resonate for you. What somebody's past might be, somebody else's future. So remember that, all right? Also take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you see fit. Doesn't resonate? Check your other placements or I'll catch you in the next one. Yes? Let's see. Show me Capricorns. Show me Capricorns. What's happening with you? Show me Capricorn Collective. In the recent past, the Empress, okay, a lot of people are showing me Emperor and Empress in the recent past learnings, the lessons that you're taking away from your past, or maybe also the experiences, what they taught you. And it taught you about you. It brought you to you, your highest self, your highest functioning self, with the Empress here. She's the most productive of all the tarot cards here in the deck. And she's high in self empowerment. She understands her worth and she's very exclusive in love, in sex, in everything else. She understands that whatever she gives energy to should grow and thrive. Otherwise, what's the point of being an empress if things are not going to thrive around her, right? So she meticulously and cautiously puts her energy into those things that actually give to her, not just take away from her, and actually grows. So in the current situation, the Page of Swords, not much is going on. You're not necessarily curious about anything right now, or somebody might be keeping an eye on you. That could also be the case, but I feel like not much is going on. It's like every now and then you peek out of your window to check out what the temperature is outside in options in love. What's going on? A little bit of curiosity, a little bit of messages, but not necessarily nothing is catching your fancy, so to speak. Your overall energy is the Nine of Pentacles. Love it for you. You're telling me you're very independent, you're knowing of thyself, you understand who you are, you have a very can-do attitude, and I associate that with Capricorn a lot because you are very self-sufficient in terms of, you like to be self-sufficient, let's just say that. You're telling me I can stand on my own 2 feet, I have my own perspective of things, and I'm very possessive of me and mine. What's me and mine, because it has a possessive quality to it in this particular Nine of Pentacles in this deck. The person surrounding you is the Ten of Cups. All right, so this is somebody who's family oriented. You might be in a connection too. That could also be the case, and that's could explain that there is somebody surrounding you that's already well established with you. But I feel like it's new. It's somebody surrounding you. It's If it's not new, then we'll take a look at that. But I feel like the person surrounding you is somebody who's family oriented. They tend to make emotional connections around them. They have an emotional family attached to them, and they are into emotional stability as well. You met your match, did you? The mutual attraction is the Eight of Cups. So is somebody attracted to the other person's ability to walk? Like they can detach, they can walk away, they are good on their own. They don't necessarily need my 2 cents to feel fulfilled, because what comes after the eight? It's nine. So the mutual point of attraction for somebody specifically here is that they can be on their own. They can be happy with themselves. They are not necessarily looking for validation outside, you know. They are self-sufficient and they don't fear walking away from situations. So you might have walked away from this person and that's how they understand you. And it's like, walking away made you even sexier. That could also be the case. The strength is the Ace of Wands. You know that you can start off a fire, you know, you can have a new or renewed beginning with anybody or anything that you like. It's in your wheelhouse, so to speak. You have a natural fire in you. You're very passionate by nature. You're telling me that you like to blaze the trails of life, of passion, of relationships. If you're not passionate about it, then what's the point? You're telling me it's your strength. Your fire is your strength. You have a good command over it. You don't let it, roam about mindlessly, right? The Seven of Swords is in the obstacles. Okay, so a lot of withholding here of thoughts, secrets that are not necessarily upfront. And that seems to be the obstacle here. Like a lot of people, somebody is being coy, shy, sly. They're not necessarily letting their guard down, making themselves known completely, bearing their soul completely. Or maybe there are a lot of hang-ups attached to this person. They say something, but they hold back 10 other things that they were supposed to tell you. But They wouldn't tell you everything. Okay, I got a secret Nancy here. In the near future, the Five of Wands, all right, we'll take a look at that, but there's some sort of frustration that's here. There's some sort of arguing, battle of wills. I don't know. We'll take a look at that. You seem to be doing well on your own. So I don't know what this is though. They have a peaceful energy as well. So I don't know if this is somebody, this might be somebody new, and something might be, I don't know, triggering you. No idea. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you're into building a life for yourself right now as we speak. You're telling me I'm very confident within my own self and I don't need people around me. I have goals to achieve and I'm doing so. I'm establishing my own foundation as we speak. And yes, you can achieve a Ten of Pentacles on your own as well. If you tried, you can have a community of your own. You can, achieve a certain sense of, stature in your community through your career as well as your contributions to the society and your people. You can have that. Let's see the Empress in the recent past. Show me the Empress in the recent past. The Eight of Wands, the King of Coins, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so I feel like this is current. Or there is some sort of communication that you ponder upon, you think about that. And it has been a long time. It's in distance from you. The Wheel of Fortune represents time. So it looks to me like somebody we used to communicate with. There are two figures here now, the Empress and the King of Coins. So there is a masculine figure and there is a feminine figure here strongly, and we used to talk to each other. There was back and forth between us that was quite fiery in nature, that was quite straightforward, and when it was on, it was on, and you knew it. It was very interesting conversations that you shared with somebody here, and they seem to be practical as well. They might be an earth sign like you are, so I feel like it was all good. So what changed? You're telling me something changed between you two. Wheel of Fortune is turning, so a lot of things are changing. We used to talk. Now what? Are we still talking or are we not? Because the Page of Swords is in the current situation, and it was fiery conversations as well, fiery conversations, philosophical conversations as well, because you know, Eight of Wands represents Mercury and Sag, so philosophical topics, deep ideas, sharing of those ideas, communicating about deeper topics between you two. That could have been a commonality. The Nine of Wands is here with the Page of Swords, so I feel like that came to a halt, you know. The Sun and the Two of Swords, yeah, it got confusing. The happiness, there was a lot of happiness that was shared between you two and warmth, but things were still confusing. As much as it felt spiritually very warm and it felt like you both were experiencing the sun at the same time while communicating with each other, but things remained still at a point where it was confusing about what we are doing here together. Like, yeah, when we talk, we share some energy and we feel very warm in each other's energy, very seen, very appreciated for each other, what we have to say and who we are as people. But what now? What's next? And that was the confusing part. So it eventually got shut down. The communication got shut down. Yep. It was probably a soul bond for some of you. And even if you don't believe in soul bonds, I feel like it was somebody we've known a long time and we have special connection with. They were special to us, to say the least. Let's see the Nine of Pentacles for you. I don't know why it got I mean, I can understand, like, you can talk with other people all day long, but if it's not going to go somewhere, then what are you going to do? You're going to get confused after a point because things are supposed to grow. And you're telling me the Empress is all about growth, right? The Empress is all about growth, all about stability, all about can we take this further? Like, this is good, but this feels nice. But what about more? Because I would like to have more. I'm capable of giving more to this and receiving more. Can this give me more? And that's when we hit the point of confusion and a lot of mixed signals and mixed answers as well. And that's why we shut it down. The Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and the Death card here. All right, so you're telling me that I'm not going to invest in any sort of situation that's coming to an end, whatever the past situation was. I feel like we stepped into confusion here, and now whatever love opportunity we thought we had for the situation, or we felt like we could have had things with this person, we could have achieved a love cup, you know, shared love, in love energy. And it was growing for a long time, but we were talking, things were built, through talking as well. Yes, memories built, the conversations are real life as well. So it's accounted for the pentacle world, you know. So you're telling me that I was talking and we were talking and we were making memories, the chats are also memories, all right? Calls are memories, meetings are memories as well. But that's coming to a close because I gave it a lot of time. Time is written all over it. So you're telling me that came to an end. And I see that as ended. You're telling me, you're making it a point in a way that, and for some of you, you're looking for new love opportunities now. You're telling me that whatever was in the past, we got to leave it in the past. It has ended. That ship has sailed. Let's not look at the skeletons in the closet. Let's just let it stay there. It's not our business anymore. Our business is to live our life as we speak. And you're telling me you're living your life. But as when you look back at this situation, all you think about that this has ended. That's how you know it with the death year. Like however how much memories we collected with each other, or however we used to connect with each other, that's ended. All right, that has come to a close. The Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. So it's them, the person that broke away from you. Yep, the Eight of Cups. Can I make this shit up? No. The mutual attraction is the Eight of Cups as well. So this person loves you and they realized it after the break, and they would like to have something long term with you and offer you something stability, something stable, something real, something legit that you can take seriously in your life, something that you can give your energy to as well. They would like to offer, to say the least, the best of your heart space, their heart space, sorry, to you. You know, they they want to mend the break here. They want to balance the scales because 5 plus 1, 5 plus ace becomes 6, which is balancing up structure. Can we balance again together as we used to? We are familiar with each other. Let's connect. Let's balance up with each other every now and again. Let's date, probably date as well, because Six of Pentacles can also mean dating. So I feel like we want to mend the disconnect here. Somebody does, and they have a lot of love for you. They have a huge heart. They're afraid of abandonment as well. They're scared of abandonment, but they feel the potential of long lasting love with you with the Ten of Cups. They feel like they could be a part of something larger than just them, that includes their own personal pleasures. No, they could be a part of something that's mutual, that's solid, that stays, that sticks with them in the long haul. Let's see the Eight of Cups for the mutual attraction. That's weird. Somebody is attracted to the other person's sadness as well, sadness of things not working out, and they know that the other person was sad while walking out, and it just, I don't know, it's a turn on for them. The Five of Swords, Eight of Cups, the Eight of you know what it makes me think, like, okay, so I feel like this person, whatever, they might be assuming, honey, I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm not labeling anybody with anything through anything, but I feel like that somebody, I'm guessing this person, thinks that we might have told them that, oh, we're walking away. You might have told them that because you're showing me a lot of ending here in your energy. Again, the reverse those energies as you see fit. But you're telling me you walked away from this situation, and they feel like you were lying because if we were to put in the work, you will come back around and still put in the work in this with the Eight of Coins. It's like you walked away, yes, but there was some falseness attached to it. If I offer you something legit, if I offer you something real to work with and my emotional availability, you will work with me. And they have that sense of confidence with you in terms of this, that if they were to get real with you, you will put in your best in this situation with them. You will work on this again, that you will be open to working with this again. So for them to be this confident, I feel like you might have had a little too many rodeos with this person. You might have, blocked and blocked, blocked and blocked, walked away, came back, walked away, came back. So that's why they are this confident that you might respond and you will still be open to working things out with them, to mending the break, to mending the walking away and coming back to it, and still put in something of yourself to this, offer something of yourself to this. And you're telling me that it's in your will house to renew things with this person. It is. You could, if you wanted to, in terms of passion, in terms of ignition, hope. Ace of Wands is hope as well. Like, I have hope in this situation that this still could mean something, something more. Look at this, the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands. Yeah, you're telling me you could mend this break. It's in your will house. You can do it. The Queen of Wands is here as well. So are you going to do it? That's for you to decide. But you're telling me that you're going to take your time with it. You're not necessarily looking at back at this, renewing this thing, because look at this. You're looking, the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands is looking away from this Ace of Wands plus Five of Pentacles. It's like, I could renew this broken relationship, broken connection over and over again, but I'm not looking that way right now. Your fire is focused somewhere else. It's focused forward towards the future and towards the current of your life right now, but it's not looking back at the past right now. If it were to come back around, you might think of it, you might give it some time and hear it out, what they have to say. But I don't know what you'll choose. Again, you have free will. Whatever I see in the cards doesn't necessarily is an absolute. The Moon, the Magician. Yeah, somebody needs to come out of the Moon and speak to their truths about how they regret this situation, how they have a broken heart over this. Their pride gets in the way of emotional expression, man. I'm telling you, their pride gets in the way. It's like they up, they approach you with a very brave front, stoic face, but the inside is very different. They're hurt. And they're hurt over this. They regret this situation because they love you. They have love for this situation a lot. So they need to talk about what went down in the recent past, acknowledge the pain that was created, offer something legit of themselves to mend the break, to create trust, to build emotional trust between each other. If they are to have something long term, there needs to be trust between you two. Otherwise, what's the point? If you're going to hold back a lot of truths, if you're not going to talk about those things, then what's the point? I feel like this person is trying to slowly and steadily reveal themselves to you, and they're willing it out of themselves. But I don't know, if they don't do it, again, the free will is the free will of your person as well. So if they choose not to, that seems to be the only obstacle, that they are not necessarily clear about what they want with you. Hey, I just want to talk. Okay, what more? It's kind of like that. So that you're telling me that was the confusing point. It was not the energy that you felt and hope and warmth that you felt in each other's energy. It was, where is this going? What do you want? The Queen of Swords, Five of Wands over the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. So there seems to be an ongoing argument. Excuse me, just a second. Sorry, I'm back. So there seems to be an ongoing argument. You both don't have the same opinions of what a relationship should constitute between you two. So your two ideas of relationship and how it should look like is very different from each other. And that seems to be the argument. I see, like, you're sticking to facts. You're acting from a Queen of Swords mindset here. You told me that you're an Empress, so you have all the queens combined within you. But you are acting through your mind here. I haven't seen any sort of cup for you, you know? It's like, yeah, you felt that there was a possibility of love with this person, but that came to an end. That's how you recognize it. But in the near future, I don't see any sort of cups here from you specifically. It's just passion and a lot of mind, you know? So I don't know, you might want to pay attention to that fact, and you might want to let me know. I don't have that kind of time to explore that thing, right? But there's an ongoing argument that's going to come up even if you start talking to this person, which I feel like you would. And on the basis of that, there is an ongoing argument that needs to be resolved here about what this is. What are we doing with each other? What kind of relationship is this? What should we name this relationship? Let's label it. Let's get down to the brass tacks. you know it's kind of like that. And if we don't resolve that issue, the frustration will remain, and I feel like you're going to get angry in the near future. There's a slight of tinge of anger, and communicating with angry words, but sticking to facts. It's like blunt words being spoken here. and you're going to give it back to them about what's going on here, and it's going to lead up to an argument if things are not resolved, if they don't necessarily come out clean and give you the direction of where this they want this to move towards, right? It's not just offering you about, oh, these are my feelings. Okay, but how are we to approach this? How can we realistically move towards something here? What do we want, realistically speaking, with this? There's the emotional reality, but also there's the physical investment. How are we going to invest in each other? What are we trying to grow here? How are we trying to grow here with each other? What are you going to invest? What am I going to invest? What do you need? The Five of Pentacles is strong here. The Four of Wands, the Devil. So somebody has a very strong fear of abandonment here. That's why their fear takes over, and they don't like to label things, because if they were to label things, that means it could hurt them. It could end up abandoning them. And if they were to label things with you, then the break, for example, let's just put it in this way. If somebody is in a commitment, right, with you, committed relationship, not marriage, committed relationship, then that, if things go really south between you two, right, someday, I hope not, but if things go south someday, then that would mean breakup. And you can never come back from that label and be friends with each other, right? So you have lost them now, and they don't want to lose you, I feel. And that's why there's this fear within them that takes over, and they don't want to label things. That's why. And if it's a marriage, let's just say that they want to marry you, then that would mean divorce. And that means never looking back when the divorce happens. That means they've lost you already. And they are just, it's the mental fears, the devil, the pattern. It's a patternized sort of fear of abandonment that keeps them from labeling things. And that seems to be what you want. But that's the least of what they want to offer to you. It's like they're not comfortable with the label, but they are willing to live like that with you. I'm not open to the idea of getting married to you legally, but I believe in every other characteristic that implies that we are married to each other through behaviors, actions, right? Through commitment principle. I believe in the principle of the thing, but I don't believe in the legality, okay? That scares them a bit. Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yep, somebody has to stop being so hard ass, and they have got to open up and talk about how they're fearful of this abandonment. They fear so much. It's so much fear that surrounds them, this person. There's a lot of fear that surrounds this person, that you might walk away, that you might leave them, this could break their heart potentially. This could break their heart potentially, really strongly. The Temperance, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. That's you again. I can't make this ish up, right? They want to heal things with you. They want to start things over. I don't think it's friendship structure. And if it is, then it's a very bad sort of friendship structure, because that's going to come to a really bad end. But I feel like they want to start things over. They want to collab with you. They want to get to know you. They want to heal with you, even if it means starting over with you. You know, let's take it from the basics. Let's build it from the basics. You're looking the other way though, so I don't know what you're going to do, but that's on you. I feel like that's on you. That's going to be your judgment call, but I'm just letting you know that this person hasn't resolved their fear of abandonment here. And if the situation involves the same old behavior patterns and same old fears playing out this time around as well, then the same situation is going to play out, and no change is going to occur, and no healing will take place here as well. So whatever they might try will go to waste. So I need you to be aware of that. All right. So that's all I have for you, Capricorns. I hope this helped, and take care.